Hey, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of The Way I See It. My name is Chris, and today we have a little book I just basically talked to you about. It's called A Random Walk Down Wall Street. If you follow me on my newsletters or the YouTube channel, you're on my email mailing list, or the Facebook stories, or wherever you're seeing this video, you'll probably be able to come up with an idea on why, I posted that picture of her at Macule, and I was talking about it with you guys in the last podcast. So basically, what I'm trying to get you guys to, light is coming out there, great. Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to go ahead and talk about is that Burton Macule is pretty much he's an investment manager. Actually, go ahead and just read off what who he is real quick, so everybody can kind of know who he is. All right, so Burton Gordon Macule, born in 1932, is an American economist, writer, most famous for classic finance book, A Random Walk Down Wall Street, the one I just showed you there. Basically, he's up to the 12th edition that came in 2019. He is the leading proponent of the efficient market hypothesis, which contends that prices are publicly traded assets reflect all publicly available information, although he also pointed out that some markets are evidently inefficient, exhibiting signs of non-random walk. So Macule in general supports buying and holding index funds as a most effective portfolio management strategy. He does think it is viable to actively manage around the edges of such a portfolio, as financial markets are not totally efficient. And this is on Wikipedia. That sums up everything that I want to basically talk about. That's why I like doing that. So yeah, I read the book, and I actually listened to the audio book, but I read the book Money Mastering the Game by by Tony Robbins. And Tony Robbins brought in like a few people. He talked about Jim Rohn, Ray Dalio, Burton Macule. He brought up Vanguard. He brought up a whole bunch of different people he believes are really good at managing money and investing money. And one of the things that I did was I went and researched on who Burton Macule is, because one of the things I want to talk to you about today is the standard S&P 500. The standard S&P 500 is basically a group of companies that the Standard & Poor's S&P pretty much defines as the most valuable companies on the market, and based on these markets that they're valuing, that they are following, and they're researching and monitoring, analyzing, they can come up with ideas on how other markets are going to be affected. And one thing about this is that it's index funding. So so basically they're like an index of a particular market. That's basically what they're trying to get at. And the key is that people who go into investing, they think it's very complicated. I would think I can't do it. But I started to go ahead and follow this pattern rather than trying to just pick like fancy stocks to go ahead and follow. And one of the reasons why I say to do this is because of the fact, which is I'm going to come up to right now, is that instead of us going ahead and just doing a random, like shooting darts at a wall, you can go ahead and do what Burton Macule recommends, is buying the entire market. That means and not just the state S&P, but that's just one particular index fund. But the other one is you could just buy the entire market, and then you just manage each on the top and the edges. So you just pick around the ones that are constantly being moved. You could just follow who is on there. It changes regularly. But some of the companies do not have some companies don't really have I don't know how to really say it. They don't really change, for instance, Berkshire Hathaway, which is the company that Warren Buffett owns and runs, Microsoft, Amazon. There's a lot, and I actually took the time to create a spreadsheet of all of the current companies that are on the standard that's on S&P 500 for this week. And I plan to every week to go ahead and to update this with the ones that I actually own and the ones that I think that you should basically purchase. And I'll even talk about how to buy the stocks online, because it's very easy. I mean, if you ever bought cryptocurrency before, it's like that. You just go online, you put a credit card or you attach it to your account, and you just purchase the stock, and then boom, you own the stock. And the key is that if you buy the whole index fund, all of them, it takes about maybe $160,000 right now. Like that's what it was yesterday. So if you have $160,000, and you can easily get this, anybody making any type of money, like over a course of a couple of years, you can basically get it, and you would own this whole entire stock. You'll hold the entire index fund. The thing about it that Tony Robbins says is that the money that you put in, you'll basically get out of it. Like how you say, the money you put in, you'll never lose, and the money that you earn and the money that you gain, you'll always be able to make more than that. But you'll always have what you put into it, and that's just like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. It's more like when you talk about Taoism, Alan Watts talks about how people always try to go against the stream, and it becomes very difficult trying to swim against the stream. But if you go ahead and you go with the stream, the whole power of the whole stream is yours. Oh my God, that's exactly what you need to hear, because it makes so much sense. It's like, why would you go ahead and try to pick the ones that people always bring up? When I was growing up, we talk about, if you would have bought Microsoft stock back in 1995, you would be a millionaire right now. And it's like, yeah, you could have basically went ahead and did that, but at that time you didn't know what you know now. But there's one thing we do know about the index fund, is that it always goes up. The index fund always continues to grow. It has to. There's just no way around it. The only thing about it is that you can do this on a regular basis. You can make a whole entire journey about it. You can start a YouTube channel where you're talking about the ones you're buying, the ones that fail, how much money you lose. You can talk about these things in a group, and the value you're bringing to the group allows you to become more valuable as a person. And because now you are the one bringing that information, no one else is doing it. Yes, the truth is the information is out there, people can find it, but you are the one that actually finds that information and brings it to the person. So that makes you valuable. So this is why I tell people that you have to really spend time to read and relax. And it's not really about working and having so much money. You want this time to learn. And when me being able to be semi-retired and just chilling, it's important. So I encourage you to check the link and listen to download it. You'll be able to see the different people, the different stocks, the stock prices, the percentages have changed since the last time. And I will continue to upload these different ones, and I plan to probably continue to maybe make a little app out of it. I gotta find which stock APIs are out there that I can pull this data from, and then I can maybe add some other functionality, like when the stock changes at a certain percentage, we send an email to somebody, stuff like that. And that'll be a really cool, fun project to do, because I can do it in Angular. That's the kind of the framework I use right now. It doesn't have to be that one, but the database, I want to be able to find some way to use it for. So I might use Firebase to store some of it, and then people are able to sign in. So I'm thinking about doing that. If you're interested in collaborating to work on it, let me know. But yeah, so that's what we are today. Burton Macchio, buy the entire stock, buy the entire index. You can even go wild and go to other index. There's a European one of different parts of Europe. There's different ones in China or in different parts of Asia, and you could just pick around with it. The thing about it is that makes so much sense. If you buy the whole thing, you're protected by the whole thing. You're not buying one stock, and if the stock was at $150 a share and then it drops to $25, you don't lose the whole thing, And it also, there's other options that you can do too, which is I don't really want to talk too much about, but I will. Okay, so what I will is I'm basically saying is that Ray Dalio talks about in his book Principles, or Financial Principles, that the world moves in short-term debt and long-term debt, and then he also says that because we have credit, we have cycles. meaning that, you know, because things go up and down. So when people move, people get increase their income with credit by buying things and being able to pay it off. But like while you're paying it off, you kind of goes down. And the thing about it is that whenever the stock market goes up, it eventually will come down. We've already seen that. It's human nature, meaning that that's what predicts the actual stock market. We're not, so that's another reason why I think that we might not even probably have like the same type of like crash in the 2020. Like this is just because of the fact that we've already detected that it's human nature. So if you follow what people do in their life, you could predict what's going to happen, and you're not just throwing money into the fire, you know. So we could be in a recession right now and not even know it, because we're able to predict on how to handle it, so it doesn't cause so many problems. So the thing about it is that it's really good to try to jump into this stuff now and try to figure out the analytical, the molecular level of like how things move around, and as human people move things around. Eventually, you know, we'll have AI that'll try to replicate that. But now this video is over 10 minutes. But anyway, thanks a lot, and I'll hope to see you guys in the next video. And I will be sending the link. You'll have the link in the description on where you can get the what do you call it again? The spreadsheet for the S&P 500's top companies for this week. Take care.